Alright guys, she's here. I thought I'd just give you all a short little video just showing you around the boat, why I did certain things on the boat, what I plan on, how I plan on rigging a few things, what's going to be going on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So here we go. Alright, I ain't got much room to work with, so let's see if I can get a little bit better focusing here. There we go. Here's the transom design that or I should say I didn't come all the way up with it, but it's pretty much what I wanted. The only thing different that I wasn't planning on doing at first was the sides right here. I was just going to have it come straight down like this, and then Bo was saying, well, why don't we just extend the sides all the way to the back of the transom? And I was like, man, that might actually look pretty good. So that's what we went with. So the sides come all the way down to the 20-inch transom. Pretty much back here is just for standing. If you need to, back right, or I should say, yeah, back right will end up being the designated peeing area. I like this round tubing that he put on here on this edge. Looks real good. And then let's go to the back deck. The back deck is 3 foot wide, or I shouldn't say wide, I should say long. 3 foot long. It's got 30-inch sides. This is really hard to do in this pole barn. 30-inch sides, 20 foot long, 80-inch bottom. And for old Mr. Lance, I'll show you the ribs on the bottom so you can see them. There they are. Pretty sure there's 7 of them. Yeah, 7. 2-inch, 1-inch, or 1 2-inch plug. They asked if I wanted 2, and I was like, no, I'll just stick with 1. And then right about, let's see, I don't really know what that is right there. Oh, that's the edge of the, right about in here is where I'm going to have my port for my washdown pump that I'm going to put in. So I'll just have a through hole fitting right here for the washdown pump. It's probably better to see on this side over here. She is a beaut. Everybody says the hardest thing about building an 80-inch or around an 80-inch bottom boat is finding the trailer. Well, I knew once I found the trailer for $500 that that's what I wanted, and that was going to be my biggest cost, and I found it for $500. So, yes, the trailer, didn't need a lot of work, but I think I spent $700 total, and everything on the trailer is brand new now. All 4 new tires, new fenders, new leaf springs, equalizers, U-bolts, winch, tongue, you name it. I mean, I replaced literally everything on this. Oh, and the hubs are replaced too, all 4 new hubs. That's the thing I don't like, or that's probably the biggest thing I don't like about trailering a boat long distances. You never know what will go wrong with the trailer. So I went ahead and went through everything and checked it all out. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get up in this freaking boat. Alright, let's get up on the front deck so you can see back. Alright, so 6 foot front deck, 12-inch walk-arounds, which come out to be about 14 inches, including the side over here. Console, little step. I mean, these walk-arounds ain't no joke. I can walk foot by foot going down. Here's the console. He's already got a switch panel plugged up for me. Let's see. Here's the front step Bo came up with. To be honest with you, at first I didn't know if I was going to really like it, because I want it to be wider. That way when you're coming down off the deck, you don't really have to try to find the step to get down without busting your butt. But after walking up on it, I think it's going to work out pretty good. And it, as you can see, all the way up underneath is completely sealed floor, all the way to the very, very front. That is something that I really, really wanted. That's something I was never going to do without again, because on my last boat, it had a sealed floor in it. But, is that a deer? I can't tell if that's a deer or not. Oh well, if it is, it is, whatever. I could not stand on my last boat that right here on the front, it was sealed floor all the way to the front of the deck. Well, up underneath the deck, it was open to basically the bottom of the boat and the stringers. Well, when you're washing down the boat, everything, if you're washing down, everything gets blown back up in there and gets trapped, and it's a pain in the ass cleaning out. So I said, you know what, next time it's going to be a completely sealed floor. I'm not dealing with that anymore. A lot of people may not like how it's completely open. Man, look at the size of that cockroach right there. That's a big one. But I love the fact that it's completely open. It just makes getting to everything 10 times easier. On my last boat, there was a big old panel right here that you had to unbolt to get back there. It was a pain in the ass if you needed to get back there. If y'all noticed, I've got this little plate over here. This is pretty much for my throttle control. I honestly stole the idea from Zach Miller, aka Full Bore. I saw it and I was like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Because originally I was going to do a top mount throttle right over here, like most, you know, well, this isn't a center console, but center console style throttle. But the problem with that is on the Yamahas, the center console throttle, the throttle is by itself, the wiring harness is by, the main wiring harness is by itself, and the key switch is by itself. Okay, you're saying, no, that's not a big of a deal. Well, guess what? The throttle is about $250. The wiring harness is another $100, and the key switch is $140. So if you add that all up, you know, you're looking at about $500 worth of just stuff you got to buy just for controls. And I was like, man, that's going to suck. And then I saw Zach's boat, and I was like, why don't I just do that? And I was like, because the side console throttle has the key switch and the wiring harness all built into one, and it's like $250. I was like, that's what I'm doing. That's going to save me some money. So I decided to go with that instead. So that's why I photo welded on this plate right here. So the throttle is going to go right there, and you know, the steering wheel is right here. And you can't. I'm going to try to show you, but this is about perfect height for just. I mean, you can just. I'm sitting comfortably right here. I should be able to reach the throttle no problem. I really think it's going to turn out the way, or better than the front throttle right here. So that's one of the things that I was very happy about, saving some money. I ordered my Seastar hydraulic steering. Another thing that I saved some money on, because everybody knows Seastar is expensive, about $1,000. I was prepared to pay it. The day that I go to buy it, there's one used for $300, and it was exactly what I needed. The cables are a little long. Oh well, tie them up, put them somewhere. So I can't. I mean, I can't pass this up. You know, something maybe something's wrong with it. Maybe something's not. You know, if it's something wrong, then oh well, it's $300 gamble. You got to take it. But I ordered that. That came in the other day. I ordered a 40-gallon fuel tank from Limitech. It's going to go dead center in the back. Ordered all my controls. Nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, plans for motors. I don't know if everybody knows. I bought a 1990 Yamaha 225. Yes, I said 225. I know everybody's saying, geez, you know, that's overkill. It is overkill. And you know why it's overkill? because it's 225 horsepower on a 20-foot flat bottom boat. But guess what? I don't really ever run it at its maximum or at maximum RPM, to be honest with you. I wanted a bigger motor just so I could run the motor at lower RPMs but get the speed. You know, I hate running an outboard motor that's full RPMs because it's not good for them. It's just not. Especially a two-stroke. Okay, I say four strokes, it may not be, there's a big difference. Two strokes, it's not good to be running, you know, your full RPMs all the time. So that's why I went with the 225. I got a good deal on it. So yeah, that's pretty much why I went with that. I did get a 2002 Yamaha 9.9 long shaft, it's already remote controls. So that's gonna be my kicker. Bob, I really hope you're right about this. Lower horsepower motors are the best for steering, or steering wise. I already know it's not gonna push better than like a 15 horsepower. That's really kind of what I want to go with, a 15 horsepower. But man, $2,500. I was like, that's gonna be a lot. So this deal came available. I just snatched it up. I was like, $700. It's another gamble, but if it works out, it saves a lot of money. So I went with the 9.9, which should be a lot better on the steering. But I'm sure I'm gonna, lack that turnaround speed. Top end really shouldn't be affected. Low end and turnaround speed is probably gonna be the two biggest things that's gonna be the difference. If you're fishing in a straight line, you get that momentum of that boat. Oh, excuse me. You get the momentum of that boat going. You're fine. Once you try to whip that boat around real fast, that's when lower motors start lacking. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but we'll find out. And I will definitely report back on that. But let's see what else we can look at on in here. Oh, let's look back here in the back. Let's see. So, it's about to be echoey. Alright. So as you can see, got the floor. Goes down to where the plug is. This is where all my water is just going to hopefully drain to. Right here is my little spot for my water pump. I mean, not water pump. My washdown pump. That's where it's going to go right there. Oh, look at that nice little speaker all the way up underneath here. That's a great place to put it. Yeah, here's the back. He put me in some supports for my kicker motor. Might be a little too far over to the left, but we'll find out. As you can see, everything is tied in pretty much to the transom back here. I know it's very hard to see, but everything's tied in. Looks pretty solid. There's a little gap right there. Oh, that's just a bent piece right there. Here's the wires. Got a little wire tube going up there. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to show y'all. Do a little walk around. Go to the back. Step down on the back. Perfect little peeing spot. View from the back. Looks pretty good. It's kind of dirty right now, but oh well. Oh, and everybody has been asking me, how you gonna paint this boat? Well, guess what? I'm not. It's just something else to get scratched up. And it's just a hassle painting stuff. It really is. But haven't really decided yet if I want to do. Well, I'm gonna do black tip on the top. The whole top deck and the back deck, or the lower back deck, are gonna be black tip. Haven't decided if I want to do the floor yet in black tip. Just at least up here to the front of the front of the deck and the back of the deck, or if I want to do Duraback. I'm really going back and forth with it. The only thing I don't like about Duraback is if you ever have to take it up, yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Which the black tip is the same way. You know, I mean, I'm sure some of you guys know that have taken up HydroTurf or black tip. It is not easy, and especially getting that stuff off. So, you know, taking the stuff off may be about the same. So you know, that's kind of, I may be leaning more towards the Duraback. I don't know yet. But if I do the Duraback, I might as well do the whole floor instead of just stopping at the front deck. So I'm still kind of up and down about that. Oh, and a bunch of you may be looking at this video going, did he put damn rivets in this thing? Yes, he did. And I was wondering the same thing. I said, why is he putting rivets in it? Main thing is, he didn't want the sheet to warp. And I completely understand what he's talking about. So, really not that big of a deal. It's going to be covered up anyways. If I ever need to, I can crawl up underneath the deck, make some wheels on the deck, hold it down a little bit better, but we will see. But there's my little rudder right now. So yeah, peace out. First video, here we go.